you want to have these items addressed. So, number one, your crawl space is not flooded. It does not flood. The water you're seeing down there is the main water line had burst. So the main water line that comes from the street under the kitchen, hooks up to the plumbing system, it burst and it's been repaired. So the water was spraying down there for who knows how long. So there's a support beam that runs from the slider door down towards the garage, and that beam is very water stained and moldy. Not really too moldy, but it's stained. And then the pipe that burst is cut off and left down there. So a plumber came, so the homeowner knew there was a problem. They called the plumber. Plumber came out and said, oh, we got to turn the water off and replace about 10 feet of your main line because it burst. So what was going on, the water was spraying and it created a big puddle. But see, the water, with the ground being low in areas and the plastic, the water sat on top of the plastic, so that's what the home inspector saw, was the water on the plastic because it can't get out. There's no sunlight. It's just sitting on top of the plastic in the dark, so it takes a long time for it to evaporate. Now, 99% of the water has evaporated, it's gone, but there's big stains on the plastic. And the pipe is laying down there where you can see where they cut it off and they put a new pipe in. So this house had a really bad plumbing leak in the main water line. That's what the water problems are. There's a drain pipe in the foundation in the front, as I said there would be. So when water, if it does come in, it can kind of trickle out. So if water comes in, it can go out. Problem is the water can't get there because the ground is lower and the drain pipe is higher. So even if water came in and started to accumulate, it has nowhere to go because there's no gravel, there's no pipe, and the pipe is higher than the ground. So what you need to do is raise the ground by adding some gravel. So you trench the ground from the front to the back, or from the rear to the front, and put a pipe in there with gravel. So if water does come in from the storms, it can go in the gravel and it can go in a pipe that can go out to the street. Because your crawl space, believe it or not, is shaped like a V. It's high here and it's high there, but it's low in the middle. Okay, so this is your crawl space. Okay, it gets a little smaller over here in the front. Here's the drain that goes out to the street. The pipe, here's the kitchen. This is the kitchen area where we're at. This is where the pipe is laying on the ground. It's cut, and all the water sprayed against the beam right here. Right here. And there's puddles all around this area. And this is what the inspector saw when he went down the doors right here. He went in, came over here and saw all this water stains, saw all this, but this pipe is laying right here that's been cut off because the main water pipe came in right here and it broke. So it was spraying the water, created a puddle. But like I said, you have a pipe right here that lets water to the street, and your crawl space is a trench right down the middle here to here. But it's low here, high here, low here, high here, low here, high here. So what we need to do is trench this here and put a pipe in here and gravel. So if water comes in from the outside, it can all flow into the pipe, which then flows to this pipe, which goes to the street. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
But this is your water evidence of problems, is not because the weather. It happened because there was a main water line pipe broke.
So you still see water right now?
Right now, right here under the dog kennel is a stain of water. I have pictures to show you.
Is it already fixed? The
pipe's fixed, yes.
So
So
this is
there's
just
no-
old water.
It's old water. And again, as much as this was leaking, there was a lot of water, but it takes a long time for it to go away because there's no sunlight. It's dark down there, so it doesn't evaporate out.
I wonder why they don't just remove the water when they fix the pipe.
Because the plumber is here to fix the pipe. Broken A, broken B, he puts a new pipe in and he leaves. He doesn't even clean up the garbage, nothing. He's a plumber. He comes in and does the repair and leaves. And that's what he did. But did your Form 17 homeowner disclosure disclose that there was a plumbing leak down below? Did you read in there, is there any defects in the home? Has anything been repaired on the home? A Form 17 homeowner disclosure is what you get when you make an offer.
Yeah.
Did you read it? Did it say anything? Oh yes, there was a plumbing leak on the main line under the kitchen that was repaired in 2019.
No, there was no
No,
disclosure.
it's
of
not
that.
disclosed there.
Well, somebody fixed it
Mm-hmm.
because it leaked.
Mm.
At some point, it was repaired. And it could have been last year, it could have been the year before, I don't know. But there was a lot of water from the pipe leak, so it could have happened 2 years ago, for all I know. The puddle was pretty big, now it's very small. It's only like a foot in diameter and an inch or two high. Before it was very large, 4 feet long, 8 feet wide, 3 inches deep. I mean, there was big puddles of water because that thing was spraying water like crazy.
Oh, I see. They fixed it, but they didn't remove the water.
No.
Okay.
So what they happened to them is that their water bill was probably $90, and then it went up to $350, and
And
they
they figured out.
got a knock on the door from the
Right.
water company saying, "Hey, what's going on?" And they do an inspection and figure out the main line's got a leak. Because sometimes you'll get a main line leak from the street to the house underground, and you have to come in with sonar and find it. And sometimes it's in a house like this, so they probably came in, did an inspection, and found it. But the other thing is, again, I don't know if you read your home inspection report in detail, but this house has had a rat problem, rodents.
Yeah.
So you need to have the crawl space cleaned up and restored. So I will create you a proposal to do all the work. We'll do all of the insulation replacement that's needed, a new vapor barrier that's needed, put in a drain system pipe across here to connect it. And I would tell you that it's really only optional to do the outside drains.
Okay.
I would feel that right now your money would be well spent to do the crawl space, clean everything up, put the new drain in the crawl space in the middle to hook up to the pipe that goes to the street, which is this here. Then maybe have me come back in January or February is when it's raining every single day. Then look at the crawl space, and if we're seeing signs of water, then maybe consider doing the drain from here
Outside.
to here to
Yeah,
connect,
from the gutters.
from here to here to here. So it's one drain this way, one here, one here, one here, to connect everything to the street. I'm saying on this, I think you can let it wait.
Okay.
But this crawl space mess, rodent feces, urine, contaminated insulation, improper vapor barrier, and a drain system that is in place by the builder that doesn't function right, you fix all that, you're gonna be in a better situation with the home. I'm not seeing enough water down there that warrants putting these in at this point.
Okay.
What do you mean the drainage put in the builder in the middle?
The builder put a pipe right under the front window that goes to the street. So if water comes in, it can get out. The problem is this is low, this is high, this is low, this is high, this is low. The water can't flow naturally because the ground is like this. So we have to trench the ground and put in a
So
pipe.
we have to make like this.
More of a V, yes.
Oh.
So what we do is the ground will be like this. It'll be trenched, and there'll be a pipe, and there'll be gravel all around it.
Okay.
So when the water comes in, it flows into the pipe, which goes down the pipe all this way.
Will it be like under the vapor barrier?
No, what we do is we're going to go down there and take the vapor barrier out because right now the vapor barrier is very dirty. It's very stained. It's got rodent urine on it, feces, but it's also very inadequate. A lot of barriers are torn and missing. So we go in there and take all the vapor barrier out, and then we take all the insulation out that's contaminated, throw it away, and put in new insulation only where necessary. You could put all new insulation in, but I would say that you don't have 100% contamination, so I could just take out what's bad, check every piece, put back up there, and repair your insulation, replace the vapor barrier. But we got to do the new drain pipe down the middle and make all this function, and then put the vapor barrier in the floor insulation and get out, clean up all the garbage. I thought I saw a screen over here that was repaired, so that's probably where the rodents were coming in the past, was it was a torn screen. I saw, when I was walking around, I saw a screen that was repaired over here.
Oh.
The rodent problem is not active. It's an old problem. So what you're looking at is the feces. It's a certain color. It's dry. It's old. And also on the plumbing pipes. So you have plumbing pipes that run through the crawl space. There's a big pipe here, big pipe. There's lots of sewer pipes, right? When you run the toilet, it runs to the sewer. You do the kitchen sink. It goes across. If you look at the top of the plumbing pipes, you'll see the little footprints from the rodent running back and forth, and the footprints are old. If it's active, there'll be urine, or you'll see footprints, dust, little footprints, and everything I saw down there is old. So maybe they had a plumbing leak. They got a call from the city or a knock on the door. Hey, there's something going on. They sent someone down there. Oh, we got a plumbing leak. Oh, by the way, the plumber came out saying, guess what? You got a rodent problem, because the plumbers are going to tell the owner you got a rodent problem. Then they called somebody to come out and fix the screen, but they never cleaned anything up.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
This is the history, is what's going on here. And what's going on here is very common. Water problems, plumbing leaks, rodents, insulation, vapor. This is in 8 out of 10 houses.
Yeah, but I just surprised they didn't fix it.
I'm not surprised, because people are cheap. And the other thing is, people fix what they can see. The refrigerator quits. Well, we need a refrigerator. Who cares about the rodent? The toilet doesn't work. Toilet's got to work. Who cares about the rodent? If the roof leaks, we should fix it. Who cares about the rodent? So it's out of sight, out of mind.
I see.
No one cares. They don't see it. So they spend money where it's valuable. New Tesla, flat screen TV.
Oh yeah, they do have a Tesla. Yeah.
You got Tesla?
No,
No,
the
the
previous
previous
owner.
owner.
Yeah,
they have a
see?
Tesla.
They spend in the EV charger
Yeah.
in the garage.
Well,
Yeah,
Like,
but
100,000.
the carpet was like never changed.
$100,000 car, but